Hello everyone, welcome to Studious IELTS. My name is Surinder Chaudhary. In today's video, I am going to talk about the role of grammar in IELTS writing task 2. As you know, there are four basic parameters of evaluating IELTS writing, and among these, grammatical range and accuracy is equally important because all those parameters require 25% weightage in it. Yes, you know what grammar means. You have that idea since your school, but somehow there is some gap between your understanding grammar at your school and implementation of that grammar in your IELTS writing. In today's video, I am going to correlate all that, and I'm also going to tell you that what are those requirements in which you can achieve your score in grammatical range and accuracy. All right. Well, grammatical range and accuracy, as you know, is equally important part of your IELTS evaluation, IELTS writing evaluation, specifically in task 2. And in this, first of all, we will go through all those requirements which are asked by IDP itself. IDP has provided an official document in which they say that if you want to achieve band 9, what you have to do in your writing. Okay, we will look at that one by one. First of all, they say a wide range of structures is used with full flexibility and control. If you have many structures used in your IELTS essay, only then they will give you 9 bands. Going ahead, punctuation and grammar are used appropriately throughout. First of all, your punctuations matter a lot. As you know that punctuations are like your full stops, your commas, your colons, semicolons, question marks, etc. If you use that appropriately, they will score you good. Apart from that, even your grammar, all the grammatical functions should be used correctly. If you don't do that, even in that case, it is going to be a problem in your scoring. Okay, some minor errors they say, which are extremely rare, can be avoided. And most importantly, that error should not have any impact on your conversation. If there is any impact on your conversation, if that error is changing the meaning, it will reduce your score. Otherwise, it might be even excused. So, this is something they ask you of when they evaluate the essay. Now, we are going to talk about how can we achieve this grammatical range and accuracy in our essay writing. Okay, there are some key factors. I'm going to discuss about those key factors one by one. And among those key factors, the most important part is range of your grammar. What range of grammar stands for? We all know that sentences are of many types. But if you can showcase your talent of using all those sentences in your writing, your evaluator will certainly be impressed, and he or she will definitely give you 9 bands in that. Okay, let me tell you what range of grammar stands for, what they require you to use in this particular segment. They want you to use a perfect combination of different types of sentences like simple sentences, complex sentences, even compound sentences, and you can use different forms of verbs as well in different tenses. You must know how to use conditional sentences in your answer, and there should be a proper uses of different connectors which are making your sentences a little complex in structure, because complexity of structure is something where you should show that you have a great control upon. If you can do that, your scores are going to be really great. Okay, apart from using the range of grammar, in the context of accuracy, you must know your verb forms, because we know tenses are really important in English. If your form of the verb is appropriately used in your answer, your grammatical accuracy is achieved. But sometimes what you do, you are unaware of the tense you are using. You might be talking about past, but somehow you end up using the first form of the verb. Obviously, it is incorrect. It is a blunder to make in your writing. And if you are using that form of verb, you are simply changing the meaning of your conversation, and They clearly convey that if your error is changing the meaning, your scores will be reduced. Okay. Punctuation, yes, absolutely important, because every pause, every stoppage of conversation is marked by different punctuation. If you don't know your commas, you cannot make the right form of sentence. If you don't know your full stop, you don't know where you have actually ended your answer. So in that case, your punctuation should be very appropriate. Even you will have some videos related to punctuation itself. I will be discussing all the punctuations in that video on our YouTube channel. That video will be available. You can understand where we are supposed to put a comma, where we are needed to put a full stop, where the colons are needed, where semicolons are needed, because punctuation carries a different weightage in your grammatical range and accuracy. You will have to know that, you will have to understand that, and you will have to use those very appropriately. And even I would say, please fall in love with your commas. If you know the right position of your commas, your conversation will be flawless. If you don't know where to put a comma, you never know what you are trying to say, and examiner will never understand what you actually mean in your writing. So they expect you to be very accurate in your punctuation. Word order, yes, absolutely necessary. Because why have I put this particular element in my video? Because when I evaluate writing essays, I have seen so many students messing up with the word order in a sentence. For example, you know it very clearly that if you are supposed to use an adjective with a noun, the placement of adjective will certainly be before the noun. But I have seen students using the adjective later in the sentence, and noun is put first. So in that way, there are a number of errors that I have seen in IELTS writing. But I recommend you to know your placement of words. You should know that in a sentence, where a certain word should be, where the subject should be, where the verb should be, where the object of sentence should be, and even the placement of noun, adjectives, and adverbs should be known properly. Subject verb agreement is something that is going to make sense out of your sentence. For example, if you have a third person singular subject in your sentence, you are going to use present indefinite tense, but your verb is not carrying either s or es with it. The subject verb agreement is not met in that case. You know, according to rule, if your subject is third person singular, your verb first form will certainly carry either s or es with it. But if it is not there, you are not going to achieve this. So please be very careful, know your tenses perfectly, and if you don't do that, even here you are going to get your marks reduced in your IELTS. Okay, articles are also very important part of your English language, because articles are those determiners which are the most used ones in your either you are speaking or you are writing English language. Articles are three in number, and the, and you must know their placement very correctly, because I have seen students using unnecessary articles where it is not supposed to be used, but they are doing that. And sometimes they are interchanging the articles, because if the is needed, they are using a or an. If a or an is needed, they are using the instead of those. So this is really necessary to understand it. Even you will get a proper video on understanding articles, and I recommend you to know your articles, know the placement and uses of article in English language, and it will definitely help you to make sense in your IELTS writing. Finally, there are two segments which are required to make a connectivity of your conversation. That is proper prepositions and the conjunctions. If you mess up with your prepositions, which is very common, because we know that we learn prepositions from translation method, and according to that translation method, many of prepositions are marked incorrectly in your language. If you do that, you are completely changing the meaning of your sentence. So please understand prepositions properly and use correct prepositions in your writing. Similarly, even the conjunctions should have a great use in your writing. You must use conjunctions, but at the same time, you must use right conjunctions. If you don't do that, you are again going to create problems in the meaning of your IELTS essay. All right, that's all about grammatical range and accuracy. You know that grammar is absolutely important to make sense in your writing. If you can understand it properly, if you can use it accurately, examiner will certainly mark you on band 9 or even above band 8. And I really wish this video has made it very clear that how you can use grammatical accuracy and range in your IELTS writing. Thank you.